Well, hello friends, pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, director of Priests for Life. Welcome to my daily diary segment. Today I'm going to tell you what I did from Wednesday, August the 6th through Saturday, August the 9th of 2025. Well, these were days up in the Northeast visiting with family, still doing various work, of course, and one vacation day. So I'm going to tell you about that. So Wednesday, August 6th, I had flown the previous afternoon to New York from my trip up in Providence, Rhode Island. And I was visiting with my family, my mom in the assisted living right near our home. And I got up early, I was at the house, and before going over to see her, I did some work on my laptop, plus a couple of interviews. On the laptop, I had to send in an opinion piece to the Gateway Pundit. I worked a little bit with a transcript of the video we made of various Catholic bishops endorsing the work of Priests for Life, and then communication with our friends who head up the Washington Times. I had an interview then. I had some breakfast and did some taping actually, and then an interview with Real America's Voice just prior to 9 o'clock, national interview, commenting on some of the pro-life news of the day. And then shortly after that, I had a 9:15 a.m. in-depth interview with Jenna Ellis for her in-depth segments as she's broadcasts on American Family Association Radio. After all that interviewing, then I had connected with my staff. I had connected with them, I should say, earlier, after breakfast and prior to that first interview. I did call into the staff briefings. I was able to be on with them for about 20 minutes. And then after all these interviews, got back on the phone with my team, and but meanwhile then headed to see my mom and had some good time there with her, with my brother, making sure that she's making some progress and talking with the people who take care of her there at the assisted living and get her back to full strength with walking and things like that. All moving in the right direction. Stayed there until through supper time. We're able to eat there, and it's a very nice arrangement. And then did some work at home in the evening that had to be done once I finished visiting with her, and then went to bed. Not too late to bed. Now the next day, twice a year, I take one day just to disconnect. I really don't find I need a lot of vacation time. This is not some kind of, fake bragging about, I don't take vacation. We all have to take breaks, and of course we do so that we can better serve you and whatever responsibilities we have. Everybody needs breaks and vacation days, as we all know. So this was one of mine on Thursday the 7th. I like to go to the seashore in New Jersey. I had to also check in on a couple of people in New Jersey, but on my own, I go to the seashore. That's how I like to disconnect. It was a whole day actually without even imagine this, without even looking at the computer, looking at the phone, or even looking at the time of day. It was just a day to enjoy the seashore. I find it really great to, as I'm sure many of you do, to clear the mind, to think, and I was actually getting a lot of ideas, but really just enjoying the boardwalk there, Seaside Heights, New Jersey. And we went there many times growing up for vacation, family vacation, so it's a place that has a lot of good memories and connections to my past. And then drove back home after that. Then the next day, Friday the 8th, let's see, I started early with some work on the computer, dealing with matters like, well, first of all, checking in with my staff, hopping on the morning briefing that takes place at 8:30. Approvals of of appeal letters going out, an email going out about mass intentions. We have priests on our team, and we can offer a mass for whatever intention you want it to be. So that's one of the things I was making sure was getting publicized. Work with my staff about prospecting, growing our donor list, reaching out to past donors, Our Priest for Life app is getting ready. We had some communication about that. Approval of an email blast going out, communication with the Washington Times, and an appeal letter about our late-term abortion project, finalizing and approving that as well. Let's see, on this Friday the 8th, then I went over to the assisted living facility, visited with my mom there. That all went very well. And then I went back to the house because midday we had people coming over to help clean some parts of the house. So every once in a while I'll be there. I'll bring some of these folks in that can help us keep the house in shape. They did some deep cleaning, and then after that I went back over to the assisted living facility. I had a call at 2:30 p.m. in regard to our Priest for Life newsletter and some planning for future issues. That was at 2:30. 3 o'clock, my mom had a physical therapy appointment, and we were right there at the facility, so I accompanied her for that. And then the rest of the day continued visiting there, and after dinner went home and to bed pretty early, did a little more quiet work there at the house. Saturday the 9th, very similar, got up and did some computer work, more approvals of appeal letters, work on donor relations, arrangements for interviews on various media outlets, and preparation for the Florida March for the Preborn, a statewide march that we're organizing, as I've told you. Did that work, went over then to the assisted living facility, saw my mom and my brother, visited with them. Then I left there to go to the fish store because something my mom hadn't had in a long time, and something I always like to have are clams and oysters, raw, on the half shell. So I brought some of those over to her to enjoy and had some myself. Then we had the rest of the food that they were serving there for lunch. Visited there in the afternoon, right through dinner time, and in the process of that, occasionally interacting with my team members via email or quick phone calls. But then I had to go to the airport, the White Plains Airport, to fly back to Orlando. And so I returned the rental car and had an 8:30 p.m. flight, got me back to Orlando right on time. And then from there, on time was kind of late, it landed at 11:15 p.m. Got an Uber back to my office, so getting into bed just after midnight. But a worthwhile trip. So thanks for letting me share. These broadcasts are different from the usual ones we do where we're providing special pro-life messages. These are more to kind of let you know, what are we doing? Well, at least what I'm doing. My team are all doing similar work. But we're committed to it. We don't waste a moment, and we do it for you. We do it for the unborn. We thank you for your support. We thank God for the ability to do all these things. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
Hello, this is Father David Begany, one of the many members of Priests for Life nationwide. The Priests for Life team travels the country and the world spreading the pro-life message and is happy to come to your community, your events, and your churches. If you are interested in inviting them, please contact speakerrequest.com and fill out the form. God bless you for your pro-life commitment.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.